If the universe is expanding, what is it expanding into? At first glance, it seems like a pretty simple question. A balloon grows into the air around it when we blow it up. A drop of ink that moves through water flows into more water. Everything we go through turns into something else. It makes sense to think that the universe is expanding into a bigger empty space, like a huge outside room stretched out in a cosmic temple. But the truth is weirder, very strange. The universe is not growing into anything, according to general relativity and the best models we have of the universe. It's not pushing into a place that's already there. Instead, space is getting longer. Things are getting farther apart, not because things are moving out into a bigger box, but because the box is getting bigger. Let us break that down into its parts. In cosmology, to understand what expansion means, we need to look at the idea of the metric, which is the mathematical structure that describes how far things are apart in space-time. In an expanding universe, the metric isn't constant. The scale factor, a part of the metric, increases with time. What does that mean practically? It means that over time, the ruler we use to measure space is growing. Two galaxies that were once 1 billion light-years apart may now be 2 billion light-years apart, not because they've moved through space, but because the space between them has grown. Space isn't growing into a box from this point of view, it's just getting bigger. It's not sharp, not a limit. So there is no outside. A popular way to explain this is with the example of a balloon rising. It's like putting little dots on the top of a rocket. The dots move away from each other as the balloon gets bigger. They're not moving on top of the surface is stretching. Now, picture the surface as a universe with only 2 dimensions. It gets farther away as it grows, but there is no center on the top. Each point can see how the other points are going away. But this comparison also makes things more confusing. We use a room to blow up a balloon. The balloon is rising into the air around it, which is a 3rd dimension above the surface. Because of this, when we think of the world growing, our brains naturally want to picture a 4th dimension into which it grows. But here's the catch. Our models don't have any outside dimensions. There is no outside in the world. It's a lively shape that stands on its own. There is no outside cause for the growth. Space is getting bigger. The idea that the world is spreading outward from a central point is another false idea. That's not how the growth of space works. In the universe, each point can see every other point going away. There isn't a middle. There is no best place to be. From a galaxy 10 billion light-years away, you'd see the same thing we do. Galaxies coming together quickly in every direction. The universe seems to grow around each person who looks at it.